Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Ella Dishes It Out. Look at these giant greens I got from the farmer's market today. These are mustard greens. I'm going to be cooking them for dinner. They're kind of dirty. They came, like I said, they were picked directly from the farm. So we're going to cut them up and then we're going to wash them and cook them. And we're going to cook them in some ham hocks, so to give them a lot of flavor. And then I'm going to show you how to freeze them, put them in the freezer, because I won't be eating these all by myself. So I'll show you guys how to preserve them. So I'm gonna start with half the bunch. I'm gonna cut them up. They look really good. So this is how I do it. I kind of stack them on top of each other and then just slice. So I'm going to be washing these greens separately. And what I may do is if I have enough, I can do 2 pots. 1 pot with ham hocks and 1 pot with turkey wings. So we'll see if I have enough to do all that. Now I try to keep as much of the stems as I can, because the stems have a lot of value. A lot of nutrition in them. So I'm going to throw this much of the stem away. Okay, I have a bag right here. Drop them in the bag. Okay, so I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna put them in my colander so that I can wash them in the sink. I'm gonna take this next bunch. I'm gonna do the same thing. Let me get the stem out the way right here. I don't want all that to get caught up in my food. Okay, got grass and everything in here. Came straight from the garden. Okay, so start at the end, just go across. I used to be afraid to make greens, to cook greens. We say make greens in the country. I'm from Mississippi. You guys probably, some of you probably already know that, follow me. And so we say some weird things, some strange things from people from the north would not understand. So make greens, make groceries. That's how we do it. We make groceries and we make greens. All right, literally. All right, so take this, and I may just slice it down this way too, so that it'll be so big. Slice it up a little bit more. Okay, now put these in the colander. Okay, so that's gonna probably make 1 big pot of greens right there. I'm gonna take this other one. I'm gonna wash those in a few minutes. I'm gonna take this other one, and we're gonna slice these as well. I'm gonna get another colander and put these in. So you can freeze these greens for the winter, and in a plastic bag after you cook them and they cool off, and you put them in a plastic bag and you can freeze them and pull them out whenever you want to cook them. They'll taste just the same as if they were fresh when you take them out to eat them. You have to cook them first. Okay, we're getting down to the stem. So I'm gonna probably stop and pull some of these greens off the stems. As you can see, there's still some greens on the stems. So I'm gonna pull these off. I don't wanna throw all of this away. This is some good greens here. Country grown, country fed. Full of nutrition. So these stems are thick. I'm not going to use these thick stems. So I'm just going to pull the greens off these stems. These look like some greens on steroids. They're so huge. Okay. Now, I've got to get my other colander. So I'm going to get my other colander and we'll be back. Okay, so I have my other colander here. I'm gonna put these greens inside of there. And I'm gonna cut our last bunch up. Get these out the way. I'm gonna cut up our last bunch of greens. Okay, so like that. They used to say picking greens back in the day when I was growing up. You had to pick the greens. So, and they were talking about picking them off the stems, not picking them from the garden. Okay, so pick them and you wash them and you cook them. That's how you do it. Trying to cut up some of these larger pieces. Okay, I'm gonna put these in the colander. Those are gonna get washed really well. Now, I saw this lady at the market today. She must have bought about 30 bunches of greens, her and her husband. It was an elderly lady. And I guess she was getting them for Thanksgiving. Maybe she's cooking for a lot of people at her church or something like that. But she bought about 30 bunches. I'm telling you, I was like, people were buying those greens like hotcakes today. I know they're gearing up for Thanksgiving, but I'm going to be going out of town for Thanksgiving. I probably shouldn't have said that on the internet. But there will be somebody at my house. But anyway, I won't be home to cook greens. I'm going to be visiting my sister, and she'll be cooking greens. I think she's going to be cooking some greens. But anyway, I'm going to save these for Christmas. This will be for Christmas and New Year's and whatever other holidays come after that. I don't know if they'll last till Easter, but I can always go to the market and buy more if I need to. I love mustard greens. They're my favorite. And of all the greens, mustards, and then turnips, and then collards. So that's how I feel about the greens. So I'm pulling these off these stems, a little extra. Okay, so there you have it. I have 2 colanders of greens. That's going to make 2 pots of greens. So one I'm going to cook with ham hocks, other one I'm going to cook with turkey wings. And we'll be back. Okay, so I washed the greens and I put them in the pot with some seasoning, some chicken seasoning and some garlic, salt. And my dog is over there making all kind of loud pitch noises. I think he's ready to go outside. But anyway, this is the greens that's got the ham hocks in. The ham hocks are on the bottom and the greens are on the top. So they'll start to cook and then we'll come back and check on them later. The other set of greens, I'm going to cook them in these turkey wings. So I've got these turkey wings cooking right now. And I'm going to let them get soft. And then once they get soft, I will add my other set of greens to these. And I'm going to use the same stock that I cooked the turkey legs in for my greens, so that they'll be nice. And the smoked turkey wings will give it that nice smoked turkey flavor to the greens as well. So I'll come back when we're ready to put the greens in. Okay, I've got my pot here with my chicken wings in here boiling, and they're getting really soft. So now it's time for me to add my greens. Now, what you can do is boil those wings until the meat just falls right off the bone, or you can just boil them until they're soft. So I'm just gonna boil them until my greens are done. And if the meat's falling off the bone, then that's fine. If not, then it'll just help to flavor the greens. So I'm putting the greens in the pot now. Just add them to the pot slowly. Then I'm going to put some seasoning on top of there, and they'll be ready to go. I'm going to let you take a quick look at my other greens. This water is going all over the floor. And this colander. Okay, so I'll just put a towel underneath it. All right, so that's that. Now I'm going to go put this colander away. course, these greens are going to cook down. So I'm going to add some seasoning to it. I always love to add my kickin' chicken seasoning, which that's what that is, by Weber. I'm not endorsing any products. I'm just letting you know what I use. It's got peppers in there, like 4 or 5 different types of peppers. So it makes it so good. And then I'm going to add some garlic salt, like maybe a couple tablespoons of garlic salt. Okay, and that's pretty much all I'm going to add to this chicken. I'm sorry, to these greens. And I'm going to just press it down like that so the seasonings can be distributed throughout the greens. So you can see it's already starting to cook down already. So I'm going to cover these greens, half covered, until they're done. Now, let's go take a look at this other pot. I have to bring the camera over here, readjust the camera, so just give me a minute. Actually, I'll just bring the camera over there to it. Okay, this is the other pot that we're using. And we're cooking the greens that have the ham hocks in them. And they're cooking down very, very nicely. Very nicely, as you can see. I hope the camera isn't turned sideways. But they're cooking down very nicely. And as you can see, they look very, 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 very good. Put that ham hock in there. There's a big piece of ham that I broke off. One of the hocks, the other 2 hocks are intact. So, like I said, I'm going to be freezing these greens. So what I'm going to have to do is once they're done, which these look like, I'm just going to let the water cook out of them a little bit, cook them uncovered so the water can cook out of them. But once they're done, I will let them cool off and I will transfer them to a freezer container or a plastic bag. All right, so that's pretty much all, guys. I just wanted to show you how to cook greens for holidays. That will come out really, really good, and you'll be happy that you did cook them and freeze them. Thank you for tuning in to Ella Dishes It Out. Bon appetit. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share.